Like the Incredible Hulk in a wig, they really think trans women are that big. They ignore those on Sports Illustrated. They don't treat them like lipstick on a pig. They do still claim they're just men castrated, though that claim now is really outdated. Anyway, look for top female athletes. Find a trans woman who's dominated. You can't show me any of these receipts. It's propaganda a transphobe repeats, like whenever a trans woman does well, though they don't gripe about them in the sheets. That might be why transphobes raise so much hell. But that's intolerance in a nutshell. Like a faint shadow that turns on a light, your soul withers when it goes to the right. There's no exception when you're black or brown, because death is still depicted as white. Also, it's the complexion of a clown. That's before its subhumanoid meltdown. It doesn't matter your color or race. In any deep sewage, you're sure to drown. That's why we've found something worse than blackface, like the black conservative, true nutcase. That pallid tyranny they like to preach, as if a cross burning is their safe space. They'll always besmirch the left for hate speech, for telling them what they can do with bleach. Psychologists did a little study, and as tests oft are, this one was nutty. It showed a rich man prefers a small chest. It's a beautiful substance like putty. And then, as you may have probably guessed, a poor man loves one a little more blessed. That's because a rich man is better fed. He ought to be. He can afford Mae West. This would be known to any knucklehead, whose brains can't be used as a crunchy spread. Also, those big chests are more expensive. Those eye magnets can cost a lot of bread. I mean, those prices can be offensive. So it's not even that comprehensive. These kinds of principles are not the same, as neither of them have an equal aim. One is a mark limiting one's ideals, while the other is just collective blame. Prejudice just leaves one kicking their heels, as it imprisons them in their own feels. Boundaries limit one based on what one knows. It's the self-control a warning reveals. And how one's knowledge helps them through their woes. Prejudice makes one's foresight decompose, thus they're put in other kinds of danger. That's the one direction poor judgment goes. One's life becomes their dog in a manger, as their goals become stranger and stranger. Let's burn some oaths to impose truthfulness, and forever inflame some youthfulness. It's wasted fortunes on stoic values, that divorce judgment more from ruthfulness. It greatly tosses depth like its horseshoes, to consider options as one might choose. Let's swear on arson that heaven endows, wisdom with opinions that still change views. Where wishes derive from unfulfilled vows, the invidious sense will soon arouse, to boldly assert claims with proud disdain, as if to slaughter mostly the sick cows. Now the fertility of such will wane. It will barely even be a split grain. It's the absent fathers who failed breeding, instead of moms with their love lies bleeding, as the kids inherited his decay, so stop using facts to be misleading. These women were the wild buzzard's top prey, who betrayed their targets like it's child's play, with children who became ticking time bombs. But it's against those who stay we'll inveigh. Now we notice it's not the single moms. So let's stop with the cultural pogroms, as if fathers are some magical means. Don't soothe the prudish misogynists' qualms. They're just passing on their abusive genes. Let's just stop blaming and shaming our queens. Let's gluttonize on a new kind of meat. The notion of it is indeed so sweet. Imagine roasting poultry from a lab. It might be best if honeyed and mesquite. This treasure is so breathtaking and fab. Will I get my varieties of crab? I'll look for the certified lab-grown seal, and utilize all the ones I can grab. I'll just utilize them with so much zeal, as they quickly make my passions congeal, knowing that they've been processed and lab-grown, to be my favorite artificial meal. Who'da thunk that a palatable clone would be the finest food I've ever known? The devil's pyramid, it deceives kings, who proclaim their thrones under their long wings. We search our thoughts that wander together, flashing like seconds on the apron strings. They're worn for when kings bring us cold weather. It's binding us as if it were leather. Now we're wrapped like we're packages so bold, to keep us tight in a tension tether. These ropes make us so nervous we're foretold, to loosen the tethers and fight tenfold, in campaigns that agitate the hellhounds, that shaped the hierarchy's stranglehold. Now we're like mute children in their playgrounds, where they punish us though we make no sounds.